Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
A set of questions or exercises evaluating skill or knowledge. The act of giving students or candidates a test, as by questions, to determine what they know or have learned. The act of examining something closely, as for mistakes. A detailed inspection of your conscience, as done daily by Jesuits. Formal systematic questioning. A set of questions or exercises evaluating skill or knowledge. Trying something to find out about it. Any standardized procedure for measuring sensitivity or memory or intelligence or aptitude or personality, etc. The test was standardized on a large sample of students. A set of questions or exercises evaluating skill or knowledge. When the test was stolen, the professor had to make a new set of questions. Test or examine for the presence of disease or infection. Examine someone's knowledge of something. The teacher tests us every week. Put to the test, as for its quality, or give experimental use to. The act of testing something. The act of undergoing testing. He survived the great test of battle. Achieve a certain score or rating on a test. She tested high on the LSAT and was admitted to all the good law schools. A hard outer covering as of some amoebas and sea urchins. Determine the presence or properties of a substance. Show a certain characteristic when tested. He tested positive for HIV. Undergo a test. She doesn't test well. The act of giving students or candidates a test, as by questions, to determine what they know or have learned. An examination of the characteristics of something. There are laboratories for commercial testing. The act of subjecting to experimental test in order to determine how well something works. They agreed to end the testing of atomic weapons. The act of examining something closely, as for mistakes. A prolonged intense look. A detailed inspection of your conscience, as done daily by Jesuits. A critical study, as of a writer's work. A sentence of inquiry that asks for a reply. He had trouble phrasing his interrogations. Formal systematic questioning. An instance of questioning. A transmission that will trigger an answering transmission from a transponder. Relating to the use of or having the nature of an interrogation. Formal systematic questioning. The activity of communicating. The activity of conveying information. The activity of communicating. The activity of conveying information. They could not act without official communication from Moscow. A connection allowing access between persons or places. How many lines of communication can there be among four people? Something that is communicated by or to or between people or groups. The work of inquiring into something thoroughly and systematically. An inquiry into unfamiliar or questionable activities. The work of inquiring into something thoroughly and systematically. The contemplation of your own thoughts and desires and conduct. The contemplation of your own thoughts and desires and conduct. The contemplation of your own thoughts and desires and conduct. A request for information. Given to inquiry. An inquiring mind. Marked by or given to doubt. Showing curiosity. Perplexed, as if being expected to know something that you do not know. A request for information. An examination administered in the middle of an academic term. An examination administered in the middle of an academic term. Examination to determine a candidate's preparation for a course of studies. A written examination. A written examination. Using speech rather than writing. An oral tradition. Of or involving the mouth or mouth region or the surface on which the mouth is located. The oral cavity. An examination conducted by spoken communication. A stage in psychosexual development when the child's interest is concentrated in the mouth. Fixation at this stage is said to result in dependence, selfishness, and aggression. Of or relating to or affecting or for use in the mouth. Oral hygiene. An examination conducted by spoken communication. An examination conducted by spoken communication. An examination administered at the end of an academic term. An examination administered at the end of an academic term. An intensive examination testing a student's proficiency in some special field of knowledge. She took her comps in English literature. An examination conducted at regular intervals to determine whether a candidate is qualified to practice law in a given jurisdiction. Applicants may qualify to take the New York bar examination by graduating from an approved law school. A minor match preceding the main event. An examination taken by graduate students to determine their fitness to continue. An examination taken by graduate students to determine their fitness to continue.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.